This is Saley Davis, President of the Graduate Student Collaborative. I want to give you a brief video showing you how you could access the Graduate Student Collaborative as an option for presentations. First thing you'll need to know is how to create an avatar if you're not familiar with the virtual world. And this can be done right through Kitely.com. So you just go to www.kitely.com and you go to Services. You would create a new account. You can do this through Facebook, through Twitter, or you can create an email and password account. Now, I've already created accounts under most of my emails, but basically you just put in an email, password, you repeat the password, you put the first name of your avatar and the last name of your avatar. This can be your real name. It can be an avatar name that you make up. It is possible to change this later on. You can only do it so much, so it's best and easiest just to pick a name that you'll want to keep with. And then you can also select a gender. Now, what selecting a gender does is it gives you a free avatar to use in the beginning. So if you want a male avatar or a female avatar, you can collect avatars after the fact. And then you accept the terms of services and create. Now, one thing that is very important to understand is when you're signing up, let me just log in instead, it's going to give you an option to choose different settings. In the initial stage, this is very important. Once you create an account, before you actually log into the virtual world, what you're going to want to do is go to Settings. And to begin with, I recommend choosing a general setting. Now, what this means is that general is family-safe content and behaviors that are appropriate for anyone. Moderate is most non-adult activities. Anyone 13 years old or age or older may view, unsupervised teams, and adult. Now you would think, well, moderate should be fine. However, the little known aspect of choosing these to begin with, if you choose a general, it's going to give you a family safe avatar. Now what that means is sometimes programming glitches, and if you choose to change your avatar's clothing, an adult avatar has no clothes on their body except the clothes that you put on. So sometimes if you're changing clothing, you may appear naked or an otherwise glitch. If you choose a general avatar, it has baked on underclothes on underneath, so that will never happen. If you decide that you want, if you don't like the baked on underclothes, you can always go and find a free avatar that will give you lots of different options. But if you want one, it's really great because it's harder to find a general skin than it is to get the free general skin right from the beginning. So I would recommend in the beginning choosing general. And that's going to lock you out of some of the islands, but then you can come back and change that later once you get your general avatars, and I'll show you how to do that. So mark yourself as general. Once you've done that, you have some other options too here. You would want to download the viewer. So you go to Firestorm, you pick on downloads, and when you choose downloads, it gives you the option of what operating system you have. And unless you're only going to be using Second Life, which we don't, we use Kitely, you want to make sure that you use the SL and OpenSim. And you download this program, and then it would show up on your desktop and you can click on it. So on my desktop, it's right here, Firestorm, that's what it looks like. Okay, so once you've downloaded that, there's a couple things that you can do. Let me go ahead and log in. Yeah, I'm already logged in here as president. So you can simply log in, and it's going to bring you to the Kitely Welcome Center. Firestorm. And you may actually appear as a red cloud before it assigns you an avatar. We're going to go there first, even though I already have an avatar, because I'm going to show you where you can get other avatars quick and easy. So once you click on Firestorm, it's going to bring you to this welcome page. Here you would put your first name, space, your second name, your last name, space, @kitely.com. And then you put in your password. I clicked on home because that's going to bring me to the Kitely Welcome Center. And then make sure that Kitely's down here, mode's Firestorm, just log in. Just takes a moment. Now, the reason I mentioned choosing a general avatar is because here, even if it appears a red cloud, then it's going to give you an avatar compose. And so you'll appear as an avatar, but say you don't like your appearance, you can even look at yourself by changing the view setting. And this is the president of GSC. I was given a male avatar initially, and I chose male and just didn't change it. And then let's go back here. Let me go show you. Now, what I did is because my settings were general to begin with, I downloaded all these avatars. If I left my settings at moderate or adult, then when I downloaded these avatars, they would have no clothes on underneath their clothes, so they could potentially be naked. I kept my preferences as general so that when I downloaded these avatars, I was given general avatars. And as you can see, I have David, Harry, Ivy, Logan. They're all general. Rachel and Sarah, all of these have baked on underclothes on underneath. So now with these, I can actually click on them individually, and I can choose a different pair of pants. And when I change this, it's going to change my appearance, and I won't have to worry about if it glitches and someone else is looking. You can also do it this way, and you can go appearance. Now, when you go to edit your outfit, you appear to yourself as being fully clothed, but a known software glitch on occasion can show you to others as not being fully clothed. So you can change your clothes and mix and match all of these. Let's just close that out. Now I want to go to Multiverse Masters, and there's two ways to get there. You can click on Map, and you can type the beginning of where you want to go. Let's just type multi, M-U-L-T-I, and find. And pops up Multiverse Masters. Sometimes you'll get a list, and you just pick from the list based on how many search parameters you put in there. Now, if this is confusing, you can just hit teleport, and it'll start the island. It can take up to 1 to 2 minutes for an island to start if no one's currently active on it. If you weren't sure about that, you could also use the website and search here. And now I typed in multi, it didn't come up, so just type in multiverse. Let's try that. There we go. And you can enter world from here. Now, if my viewer wasn't already open, it would say start your viewer, and you'll be transported to this world. Where my world is already open, it's going to start the world, and then it's going to transform me to it. Or again, I can just go to map, and I can click on multiverse, and I can just do it this way. So as you can see, it says it's now being started. Once the world is ready, you'll be teleported to it automatically. And in the welcome area, you can gather the welcome box over here, which has t-shirts and some other little welcome gifts in it. It also has instruction cards. There's information about Kitely, places to visit, and things that you can find to buy. And you don't have to worry about buying any Kitely credits. Having an avatar is absolutely free, and you can visit worlds for free. This is Multiverse Masters, and this is actually designed by me, Saley. And when we open the island for the Graduate Student Collaborative, you may see a very similar island, or we may design it a little bit differently. This one is just an idea island to show you some of the possibilities. Now, as you can see, the sun is setting. It's kind of dark, so I'm going to change that. I have a neat little tool here where I can change it automatically. You can also go to World and Sun Position, and you can change it. So if it's sunrise and you want it brighter, you just go to World, and you can go Sun Position, and you can go midday. So I just found it easier to put this neat little thing here so that anyone can change the sun position for nicer light. So as you can see, you can put up different flags. Those can be changed for different emblems. There's different ways of presenting, and I just want to give you some quick ideas. As you can see, there's lots of different building options. We have clickers that we can use, which is over here. So if someone likes something they're saying, they can use a clicker. Acknowledge, it should be changing colors here. Yep, and then the owner of the island can clear them. I just cleared them. Now we have a couple different ways of displaying. We can do slide boards, and this we just upload textures. So I would take images of a slide that you have, and as you can see, when you click on them, it changes. Now this conversation, actually, this one, you'll see like the schoolgirl said to me, welcome, and you might have seen it pop up on screen. But if you missed something that pops up on screen, you can just click on the conversations. You can also talk to people, and it pops up for everyone to see. Or you can do actions like wave. Hi. This one here is a website. Now, the cool thing about this is it's an actual interactive website. So you can click on the website itself, takes you to the different screens. You can zoom in on it. You can do that using your camera controls. Now up here, I prefer to show my controls. We've got you won't have to use most of these things. I just don't always remember where things are located, so there we go, movement controls. Want the movement controls are on. I think I might have minimized them. There they are. Okay, and then the camera controls are up here too. That's the inventory I minimized. So you can zoom in using your camera controls. Sometimes you can just double click the screen and it will also zoom in. So say I wanted to sit down here, just sit down and zoom into mouse view. I can stand. Okay. And there's different ways. Again, this is another slideshow. This is a note board that loads and can also give information. These are avatars that are stationary that can talk to you. So usually a blank screen just needs to be refreshed. So you can give good direction that way so that if someone comes and you're not there and you need to give them directions of how to use something or how to view something, you can do that. Or you can just do a welcome message when they click on the avatar. And there's a lot of interactive aspects to this particular download. Now, you can easily upload your own images. That's right there is an image that I created and I uploaded into a sign. This one is another slideshow presentation. Rather than double, it's just single. Over here is an area where you can actually have a group of people sit down and use the computer. Just click on the computer. And if you want to bring it right up. And this is an interactive where they can go to any place that they want. So you can give them an address and everyone sitting in the classroom can go to the website individually. So rather than having you control the website, they can actually control the website themselves and freely browse. So if you're talking and giving a presentation, this is another option. Okay, so let's go ahead and just hit escape and stand. So you see all of these, home goes to Google, and you can just go ahead and go wherever you need to go with that. This is another little classroom environment with classroom resources. So if you do have your own island, there's lots of free resources. And this is a whiteboard that's scripted, so you type in the message in the description. You can take a copy for your own island, or if you need assistance, the president of the Graduate Student Collaborative would simply type in the message for you that you wanted to have displayed. Over here is a kind of fun way to display art or other images, photography. And these ones are actually scripted, so you can click on them and change them. And you see the different avatars can say different things again. Over here is a really fun little area that has a lot of interactive stuff, like you can actually get soda to drink and do drinking or eating movements. This is a way that you can actually have an image. So if you don't want to download an image and you want to keep control of that image, we can actually put a URL to a website that has the image on it, your own personal website, and that way you don't have to worry about copyright. We don't have an image in the world. It goes right to your URL. This one is a board that the class can interact with and leave messages on. And this one is, again, an interactive website option. And most of these avatars, can say something. Now, some of them, other than just saying, you can also have them reply through question and answer format. So over here, we have a really funny little avatar who wants to know what you want to order. Say, I want to order fish. And she replies, fish, maybe you should try your luck at the pier. Well, how about vegetarian? Tofu? You have got to be kidding. And as you can see, this is very much a beefy place. So a little bit of humor. So you can see that there's little meeting areas for small groups or large groups, a lot of different design style options. And if you have a really large group, and which one's down here? Oh, this is another small group one with a little television. So if you want something less formal, you have the little television down here that can play videos off YouTube or whatever other link that you put in. And as you can see, walking takes a long time. You can fly. Click on fly. We've got more conversations here. And then let's just fly faster, walking or running. And we have larger presentation area right over here. Let's go ahead and stop flying. And this is something, again, that there's different ways to control these. As you can see, some of the slides you control by clicking arrows. This one has a little control box over here. It just switches the slides. Okay, and then say you want to do photography or an art show. Here's a little example of that over here. And this is a note board. You put up note boards explaining what you're trying to do, and this just explains how this is a demonstrating social issues, social uses for virtual worlds and educational displays. Now this is really fun because it gives a scripting option to vote. So in addition to displaying your art or photography, you can choose to vote. So this is actually by Seraphia, who was 9 years old when she created it. And you can vote for her picture. So that's a fun way of presenting things. Now these are actually radio stations that play a piano or play the harp. This guy over here actually has sound files. So you could actually record a welcome, and we could upload it into one of these little stationary avatars. When you click on them, He plays a sound file. Now this one actually plays jingle bells with cats. You can click on him and have, this is Wise Black Cat Cyrus, and he talks about different things. So when you click on him, he goes through a whole bunch of different quotes. So you're not just limited to having one statement or one sound. You can have lots of quotes listed one at a time for each click. Here's another presentation area over here. Now this one gives a option to actually open a web page. So these two will actually open the web page, and whenever that option is given, it gives you a choice. Do you want to go to this page? So you can click yes, go to the page. Gives you another option, and then it will open the page for you. So that's another option for doing a presentation. Now again, these presentations and oh, that link is broken for some reason. Okay, well, let me try the other one. I know this one works. There you go. So it takes you right there. The cool thing about doing a live presentation is it can be recorded. It can be later put on YouTube. It can be, you can use it for your own uses or portfolio, so that a live presentation, either with an audience or by yourself, work with the president of GSC, and that is another way to get publicity and get that practice. You can use it for your own self-evaluation of how your speaking abilities are, how well you presented, so you can review it afterwards, or you can share it on many different venues. Here's another presentation area. And of course, there's lots of little fun things that you can click on and interact with. This is an ESC student. He says right down here, trying to pay off his student loans. Don't mind me. And then when you click it again, he got a blister, so he had to leave. So there's lots of different rooms and buildings. And as you can see, a lot of this is a work in progress. So you'll see little things here and there. That's a work study student. If you click on her, she has something fun to say. And then you can go upstairs. Now say you have a presentation and you want certain objects created, or you want to use certain objects. This one up here is actually a solar system display. We can actually have objects also on display. This one just as an example. So here's a solar system display. We could actually arrange it to be a solar system if you happen to be doing a science presentation. Another meeting area. Lots of different options. You can stand up at the podium, record yourself individually or with a group, or just do a live presentation. Just a little fun area for exercising. Okay, so as you can see, there's different ways to move around. You can fly, you can run, or if you're getting tired, you can just teleport. Now remember I said, I'll make sure I'm going to the right place right over here. Okay, so I want to teleport over here. We just double click or click once and then teleport. In this area, we have some other buildings. We have, of course, a really nice fanciful garden that we can explore and walk through. And again, you can click on the different avatars. You can really create any type of environment you want. So you'll see a lot of the other islands have different types of environments. And sometimes you fall through bridges. Over there is a little fun little maze. Okay, and then we have a little bulletin board over here. It has notes on it. Again, because the bulletin board is owned by the president of GSC, you just communicate what you want on it. Or if you have your own world, you can take a copy of it, and you can have your own bulletin board with images or whatever you want to write on the notes. This one is a slideshow that just operates on its own and continually changes slides. Different places to sit. All of these places are places where people can sit. The one next to us, which I'll just walk by, is actually just a dance hall where you can actually animate your avatar to dance and have some fun, listening to music. And there's another work study student trying to earn some money and pay off some loans right there. So again, a little bit of humor. little camera in there where you can take a picture of your avatar, and it makes a temporary clone. It gives you a clone card. So that's our little fun dance hall. This building's really fun now. This is what I wanted to show you. The music started automatically. If that happens and you're in a virtual world and you don't want the music to continue to play, you just go right up here, click on the sound emblem, and then you go stop all. So if you are in a virtual world and suddenly something starts playing and it's just loud, obnoxious, and you don't know how to turn it off, that's how you turn that off. Now, the only way to enter this building is through the other side. Now, this is just a little house that when you enter through the other area, other side, you can go in, and those blinds are closed right now because it's an example of where you can go someplace private to edit your avatar appearance. So whenever you are unsure and you want to go and edit, try to find a private place where other people can't see you. Now, say you want to do poetry. I love this little here. Sit right down here. Here's my storyteller. You click on the storyteller, and I've uploaded some poetry of mine in here. So you click on one of the poem options, and it's going to let you know it's going to read to you until you click on it again to stop. Now, if this pops up too fast and you can't read it, you can always click on conversations, and it's going to show you the conversation. So if you miss something in the conversation, you can always go back and look at it just by using the scroll bar. So it's reading the full poem to me, and when it's done, it'll stop. That's one way that you can present some poetry if you're not doing a live reading. And then we're going to go ahead and stand up. And we can just click again to stop that reading. In front of you is, that's just a construction area where I put items until I decide what I want to do with them. He says, call all your friends. Gathering to hear the storyteller is a great place to be. And here's another building over there. It's another, that's a movie from YouTube that I put in there. This kind of just gives you an idea of different venues. You even fly to kind of give a good perspective of the whole design. So you can choose your own building. You can choose your own way that you want to present. You can choose private meeting areas. This right over here is where you can upload Google Maps and Google Images to give you a 3D environment. And there's even an elevator in there to get you to the second floor. There's just a lot of different options. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the Graduate Student Collaborative through our email. And that email is Suny, ESC, GSC@gmail.com. So feel free to reach out to us. And we'd be happy to answer any of your questions, meet with you in the virtual world, meet with you in Zoom to help you learn the different aspects of the virtual world. There's other opportunities for presentations also. If this is not a format you're comfortable with, there's always a potential of doing a presentation on a college site or through a Zoom conference. Again, these can be recorded. Please keep in mind that this takes planning. So we would need plenty of advance notice, especially for a selection process, depending upon our funds and time allotment. So I do want to thank you very much for watching and listening. On behalf of the Graduate Student Collaborative, have a wonderful day. You're not working? Oh, bye. Okay, there we go. Bye.